keep your eye on the Sixers. This rookie, VJ Edgecombe, who, if you squint and look at it, he got elements of Dwayne Wade in his game. I'm just saying, the Philadelphia Sixers are not a team led by Joel Embiid and Paul George anymore.
He's going to inspire Joel Embiid to get healthy. Because with that backcourt, ladies and gentlemen, the Philadelphia 76ers have a box office backcourt in Edgecombe.
For all you casual fans who think VJ Edgecombe is just another lottery pick getting easy buckets, you have no idea what this kid went through. We're talking no electricity, a concrete floor in Bimini, Bahamas. Some days, no running water. Practicing on dirt courts until it got too dark to see the rim. Fast forward to today, and he's putting up numbers that have NBA veterans shaking their heads.
Embiid, back out, Edgecombe, buries in the three! Again, off the heel, rebound Watford, Edgecombe! It's like he's got a trampoline at all times! The shovel, Edgecombe! Skywalker!
There it is, Edgecombe.
His NBA debut, 34 points on 50% shooting against the Boston Celtics. One of the league's best defenses, 34 in his first game.
Now look at this, 34 points in that debut, the most since Wilt in 1959.
Wow. So how does a kid who used to practice in the dark become one of the most feared rookies in the league? To understand that, we gotta go back to where it all started. And trust me, it wasn't pretty. Bimini, Bahamas. Not the Instagram paradise you're thinking of. The real Bahamas, cracked concrete, rusted metal roofs, streets where opportunity doesn't exist. VJ's mother, Bendra Roll, worked tirelessly just to keep the lights on. Except there were no lights. No electricity meant homework by candlelight when they could afford candles. Sleeping in brutal Caribbean heat with no fan, no AC, nothing. Some weeks the water would shut off completely. You ever tried to shower using a bucket? That was Tuesday for VJ. 4 kids packed into a space barely big enough for 2. His mom would leave before dawn, come back after dark, exhausted from trying to survive. VJ later said, "There were nights we went to bed hungry. My mom would pretend she already ate just so we could have her portion. That hits different when you realize he was 8 years old watching this happen. But VJ found an escape. A court, quarter-mile from home. No nets. Just a milk crate nailed to a wooden backboard that had seen better days decades ago. The court was packed dirt and rocks that left you with scraped knees and bloody elbows daily. And VJ lived there, sunrise to sunset, sometimes later, until it got too dark to see. No Xbox, no internet. Basketball was everything. The ball became an extension of his body. He'd practiced the same move 300 times until his hands bled. By age 10, something became obvious. Kids 3, 4 years older couldn't stay in front of him. At 12, he was already 6'3" with a 6'8" wingspan, jumping out of the gym. But more than athleticism, he had instinct, court awareness you can't teach. Local tournaments, he was dropping 30 to 40 points against grown men. People started coming to games just to watch this skinny kid cook everybody. Word spread about the kid from Bimini who was destroying everyone. Scouts started hearing whispers. Coaches started asking questions. Maybe, just maybe, there was a way out. But VJ was still stuck on that dirt court, still going home to no electricity, still watching his mom sacrifice everything. The talent was undeniable. The hunger was there. But talent without opportunity? That's just another kid who never made it out. VJ needed a break. He needed someone to believe. He needed a chance. And in 2022, that chance was about to come. 2022. VJ gets the call that changes everything. Victory International Prep in Florida wants him. A chance to compete at the highest level of prep basketball and get real exposure. His mom scraped together everything she had for the plane ticket. 1 suitcase. That's all VJ brought with him from Bimini. The culture shock hit immediately. Kids pulling up in cars their parents bought them. VJ was wearing the same 3 outfits on rotation. Everyone spoke differently, moved differently. He'd call his mom crying, saying he wanted to come home. She told him, "You're not doing this for you. You're doing this for all of us." So VJ got to work. His first 2 years at Victory International, he put up solid numbers and showed flashes of elite potential. ESPN ranked him as the 47th prospect in the 2025 class. Rivals had him at 52. He was on the radar, but barely. Then the doubters started talking. Too raw offensively. Can't shoot consistently. Athleticism won't be enough at the next level. Scouts questioned his basketball IQ. One recruiting analyst wrote, "Edgecombe is all tools, no toolbox." We've seen this movie before with Bahamian players who never develop. The comparison trap. DeAndre Ayton succeeded. But what about all the others who flamed out? They had the physical gifts too. VJ saw every word, screenshots, saved them all. Then came the transfer that would change everything. VJ moved to Long Island Lutheran High School in New York for his junior year, and something shifted. He spent that summer in the gym until 2 a.m., shooting hundreds of threes a day, studying film, working on his handle. His trainer said VJ would text him at midnight asking to work out. The obsession from those dirt courts in Bimini, it never left. The numbers exploded. Against the best competition in the country, VJ was cooking. Against Montverde Academy, the #1 team in the nation, he dropped 31 points and locked up their top scorer. He was putting up elite performances night after night. ESPN moved him to 14th in his class. Rivals had him at 11. Suddenly, everyone was paying attention. Senior year, VJ made a power move. He reclassified to the 2024 class, jumping up a year to go pro sooner. That season, he dominated at the highest level of high school basketball. He finished as the #6 prospect in his class. The recruitment chaos was insane. Duke, Kentucky, Kansas, UNC, all the blue bloods were calling daily. But VJ chose Baylor. When asked why, he said, "Coach Drew believed in me when I was nobody. He recruited me before the rankings mattered. That's loyalty." Expectations at Baylor were massive. Big 12, Freshman of the Year, lottery pick projection, one and done star. People thought VJ would walk in and dominate immediately. They thought the hard part was over. And that's when VJ learned the hardest lesson of his life. Sometimes taking the next step means taking 2 steps back. Baylor's opening games were rough. VJ struggled to find his rhythm, putting up low scoring outputs on poor shooting percentages. The college game was different, faster, more physical. Defenders were stronger, smarter. They knew his moves before he made them. By game 5, he was coming off the bench. The kid who was supposed to be a lottery pick was averaging single digits on inefficient shooting. The role wasn't what he expected either. Baylor needed him to be a defensive specialist and energy guy. The high-scoring performances from Long Island Lutheran, that player didn't exist here. The media pounced. Edgecombe might not be ready for this level. One analyst said, "The athleticism isn't translating. He looks lost out there. Maybe he should have stayed another year in high school." Then came a brutal game against Kansas in early January. VJ fouled out in limited minutes with almost nothing to show for it. Coach Scott Drew benched him for significant stretches. Rock bottom. VJ sat in his dorm that night staring at his phone. Missed calls from his mom. Text messages asking if he was okay. Back in Bimini, his family was still struggling. No electricity, no water some days. And here he was, failing. He later admitted, "I thought about quitting, going back home. I felt like I was letting everyone down. My mom sacrificed everything, and I couldn't even stay on the court." But then he remembered why he started playing in the first place. The hunger, the toughness. The next day, VJ walked into Drew's office. "Coach, tell me what I need to fix. I'll do whatever it takes." Drew and his coaching staff completely rebuilt VJ's approach. They simplified everything. Shooting mechanics got overhauled. Elbow alignment, follow through, footwork. Ball handling drills for 2 hours daily. Defensive positioning, reading screens, help rotations. VJ added 12 pounds of muscle that season. His body started filling out, getting stronger through contact. But the biggest change was mental. The coaches told him, "Stop trying to be the star. Be the guy who does what the team needs." Potential to production. Mid-January, something clicked. VJ started putting together solid performances, double-digit scoring, grabbing rebounds, locking down on defense. Game after game, the confidence built. By February, he was back in the starting lineup and destroying people. Against Texas, VJ had one of his best games of the season. He guarded their best player and controlled both ends of the floor. Against Kansas in the rematch, he dropped a huge performance, hitting multiple threes. The same team that embarrassed him. March Madness arrived and VJ was a different player. Deep tournament runs where he showed up when it mattered most. Clutch plays, lockdown defense, game-sealing moments. Final season stats: 15 points, 5.6 rebounds, 3.2 assists, 2.1 steals per game, 34% from three after the slow start. Big 12 all-defensive team. April 15th, VJ declared for the NBA draft. I proved to myself I can adapt, I can overcome. Now it's time for the next level. But NBA scouts weren't convinced. Despite everything he'd proven, on draft night, VJ was about to face his biggest adversity yet. The pre-draft workouts went well, but the concerns never stopped. He can't shoot consistently. Only 34% from three at Baylor. His shot creation is limited. He's too raw offensively. Mock drafts had him all over the place. ESPN at 3, The Ringer at 5, some at 6. But Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper were going 1-2. Everyone knew it. June 25th, 2025, Barclays Center, draft night. Flagg to Dallas, Harper to San Antonio. Then at 3, Philadelphia called his name. VJ walked to the stage with tears streaming down, his mom Bendra beside him, crying just as hard.
Long nights, I'm telling you, I lived off a generator. I ain't had no electricity, I lived off a generator for 7 years.
The chip was already forming. Summer League was his showcase. Against the Jazz, he dropped 28 points and 10 rebounds. After just a couple games, the Sixers shut him down to preserve him for the regular season. The doubters were ready. Summer League doesn't matter anyway. Training camp arrived, and VJ silenced the noise immediately. Nick Nurse watched him navigate ball screens, knock down threes, lock up defensively. I think he's this good, Nurse said. I thought it right away. Opening night, October 22nd, 2025, Boston Celtics at TD Garden. VJ erupted for 34 points, the third most in NBA debut history. Only Wilt Chamberlain and Frank Selvey had more. He scored 14 in the first quarter alone, breaking LeBron James' record for most points in a debut's opening frame. Went 13 for 26 from the field, hit 5 threes. The Sixers won 117-116. Allen Iverson's franchise rookie debut record shattered. That was 30 points back in '96. Game 2, 15 points, 8 assists. Game 3, 26 points on 59% shooting. Through his first 7 games, VJ was averaging nearly 20 points, around 5 rebounds, and close to 5 assists per game. His field goal percentage sat around 45%, and he was knocking down threes at over 40%, nearly 10 percentage points better than college. Through 7 games, VJ was playing 38.9 minutes per game, second most in the entire NBA, leading all rookies in scoring, assists, and minutes. Then came the signature moment. November 2nd against Brooklyn. VJ caught the ball above the three-point line. Nick Claxton was backpedaling. VJ took 2 dribbles, exploded off 2 feet, and went straight at Claxton's chest. The dunk didn't fall, but social media went crazy. Former All-Star Jeff Teague said it best. He brought an energy to this team. Tyrese Maxey called him extremely confident. Nick Nurse said he seems to really know what's going on for a young player. Stephen A. Smith declared, God help the basketball world if Maxey and Edgecombe keep looking like this. The NBA rookie ladder, VJ Edgecombe ranked number 1, ahead of Cooper Flagg, ahead of Dylan Harper, ahead of everyone. The betting odds flipped. From plus 2,500 after the draft to the Rookie of the Year favorite. Marcus Morris compared him to Dwayne Wade before the draft. Now people were mentioning Jimmy Butler, Anthony Edwards. Those scouts who questioned his shooting, he's knocking down threes at an elite clip. Those who doubted his finishing, he's getting to the rim at will. From no electricity to lighting up NBA arenas. From dirt courts to hardwood, from nobody believing to everybody watching. VJ Edgecombe isn't just dominating, he's rewriting what we thought was possible. This is just the beginning. If VJ keeps this up, we're looking at multiple All-Star appearances, all NBA teams, maybe even an MVP conversation down the line. This rookie season, already historic. Top 3 debut ever, leading the Rookie of the Year race. But it's bigger than basketball. Kids in Bahamas are watching. Kids everywhere who come from nothing are watching. VJ proved the impossible is possible. 7 years ago, he practiced by candlelight, used a generator just to keep the lights on. Today, he's lighting up NBA arenas for sold-out crowds. The kid from the dirt courts is now changing the game. If you want more stories like this, hit that subscribe button and hype the video. Also, check out these other videos on screen now. VJ Edgecombe, remember the name.